Hey, I wanted to talk about more about emotional incest, mother-son enmeshment. This is from experience. I do have my Bachelor of Science degree in psychology, but I am not a, you know, clinical doctor. I do not make diagnoses, and I don't claim to or anything like that. So, a lot of this is from experience. This is not even from what I've learned in my program when I went to school. Um, Basically, mother son enmeshment is when, how do I put this? When a mother has no boundaries, she's most likely a narcissist or has traits of narcissism, and she doesn't have strong emotional and mental bonds with her current partner or husband. What she then does is if she's a narcissist, she will see her child as an extension of herself. She is not able to distinguish in her mind that the child is his own person. She becomes very attached with the child emotionally. Um, Once again, this goes back to her not having strong bonds in her adult life and her relationships, the relationships around her. So then she becomes enmeshed with the child. And this has really detrimental effects on the child because the child, you know, a lot of manipulation goes into this, a lot of brainwashing. And the child is conditioned to as well depend on his mother for, emotional needs to be met and mental, bonds and everything. This could ruin the relationship um, between when the child then grows to adulthood, between his future partners, his girlfriends, or his, fiancés, his wife. Um, the mother gets really possessive and jealous of the child, and in some extreme cases, she will go out of her way and she will sabotage every single relationship that her child, who is now an adult, tries to have with another human being, especially romantically, like a female. So she may um, blow, situations out of proportion. She will be nonstop, whether texting or calling or showing up to her son's house. In her mind, of course, she's really jealous of the partner, so that jealousy it becomes intertwined with possessiveness, and she then claims her property emotionally to her son. So if he is not, and I hate to say this, but this is the truth, if he is not strong minded and if he's really into this emotional bond, because then that means that he's not going to be able to distinguish this, and he's not going to be able to break the cycle successfully. Most of the time, he's going to be so intertwined with his mother, excuse me, that he's not going to be emotionally available to his partners, except for her. He's going to feel guilty because of all of her brainwashing and the enmeshment, these ties emotionally and mentally, if he tries to pull away from her, because he has now become dependent on his mother as well. I mean, it's an enmeshment, and he feels guilty. He won't know how to put up boundaries. He will constantly be made to feel guilty by her, and he always feels like he's gonna have to honor her and her wishes. And that's when, the wife or the girlfriend or the fiance, it's really, really detrimental, because if she confronts him about it, and if they're just so entwined, like for example, every single day, his mother texts him multiple times a day in the morning, hey handsome, how are you? Kiss emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji. It becomes it's emotional incest. So he becomes her emotional husband, and she's now his emotional wife, and the mother will keep trying her best to rip it apart if no offense if he's so intertwined and weak-minded and he doesn't see anything wrong with it, because he's gonna see that there's nothing wrong with it, especially if he self-medicates or if he just wants to keep it going because he feels like he has to respect his mom, but it's really behind that, it's just gonna be guilt, brainwashing from her part. Um, she'll try to sabotage the relationship as much as she can. She'll try to turn everyone in the family and all of, your mutual friends or her friends, um, to make it seem like the female, because she sees that this female has taken him away from her and it's a threat to her. She's a narcissist, so she doesn't think like rational human beings. You know what I mean? It's a personality disorder, and so many of these people are not diagnosed. They honestly, a lot of them don't believe in therapy. They don't believe in that therapy is help and healing. They see therapy and psychology as a weakness, which is so wrong, and it's really closed-minded. And I'm just gonna say that this could go on for years. So my advice is, if your boyfriend or partner or whoever, your husband, doesn't see anything wrong with this bond, then the best thing that you can do, first try to take him to counseling together. Try to see if he'll do individual counseling and do couples counseling as well. Or if that doesn't work, then your last resort is to save your sanity and yourself and just to walk away from the relationship, because at the end of the day, you need to think about yourself. You need to be valued in relationships. A true bond in a partnership is about two people who really love and care about each other. No manipulation, no games, no brainwashing. Which a lot of those things, those traits that I've just named, they go on behind the scenes with, the mother. She becomes very controlling, possessive. She's very jealous, and she acts like almost like an ex-wife, but sometimes in cases way worse, or even like another wife, or like, someone on the side would. It's just sad that some people just never get help. But I mean, like I said, you have to have self-love, you have to have self-respect. You have to raise the bar. You have to realize that you're worth loving and caring for. You need to have someone that's really going to take your thoughts and your emotions into consideration. You need to walk away from a toxic or detrimental situation if it's not serving, the way that that you deserve to be loved. I mean, if he comes home from work, this is an example, and he's tired and he doesn't want to be bothered, but yet, if he says, "Oh, be quiet," or if he just like downs you like that, and this lowers your self-esteem, it lowers your self-worth. But the whole time he's texting his mom, or she's on the phone late at night with him, like talking to him, but he doesn't have time for you. If he tells you to shut up or he doesn't want to hear it, these are signs of disrespect. If he's got no regard for your emotions and your feelings, then the relationship is pretty much dead. You have to put yourself on a pedestal. You have to really value yourself. You have to learn when to walk away and how to walk away. And I'll be doing videos on that in the future. But you need to really have that self-love there. I will also do videos of how to raise your self-esteem and how to raise your self-worth and everything like that. I just wanted to put this out there because I know even if it's a small percentage of the population that suffers from mother-son enmeshment or enmeshed relationships, I just wanted to put this out there because I've been through it personally. 6 years of my life, and I'm hoping that my experiences can help you. I really, really am hoping that it reaches out to someone somewhere and I'm able to just touch you in some way, and hope, that you realize that unhealthy, toxic relationships sometimes they just serve you so you can learn, and so you can walk away and take that as experience, grow, and then just not make the same decisions, again later on. So you just have to look at everything like a learning lesson and walk away, do self healing and lots of self love affirmations, and put boundaries up to these types of people, because honestly, if people are going to be in denial about the true state of your relationship, or be in denial about how they treat you, um, and always make time emotionally for their mother, their father, and then just kind of treat you like you're trash in the dumpster, and just not, just undermine your feelings and down your emotions, you really just need to walk away. These people are not going to change. They're not going to heal, and they're going to keep being this way until they heal. And until then, they're just going to be toxic to every single partner that they intertwine with. And don't ever blame yourself, because it's not your fault. Um, just keep moving forward and keep trying to be positive and do the best that you can do, and practice self-love, and that's all you can do. I hope that this video helps anyone. If you have questions, you can always email me. I'll put my email down below. Have a great night.